What's up, everybody? It's Pino here from Get Wisdom. Are you someone who is interested in this online wealth creation opportunity that is widely available to us right now in 2025? Maybe you're like, I know making money online is possible. I just don't know how to do it. I don't know where to get started. I see all of these different opportunities. I don't know which way is up, down, left, or right. I don't even have a clue where to start. Well, that's exactly why you want to hang on, because in today's training, I'm going to be sharing with you the #1 best and the easiest way to make money online in 2025. Here's the best part. Anyone can do this, and you can actually do this with a phone and a laptop. You don't have to be a tech guru. You don't have to even really know your niche yet, right? Like, all you got to do is follow this 5-step formula that I'm going to share with you today, and you'll be able to do it. And take it from me, I have done multiple 7 figures across multiple businesses in multiple industries like real estate and e-commerce and marketing agencies and consulting and a bunch of other different opportunities. I've been able to make money. And if I could go back and do it all over, what I'm going to be sharing with you today in the video is exactly how I would start over, knowing what I know now. If I could go back and tell myself, hey, don't do any of that stuff, just do this. That's what we're talking about today in the training. Let's get into it. Well, guys, today's video is sponsored by the upcoming 5-day live virtual challenge called Create and Sell Digital Products, where I'm literally going to take the concepts that I'm sharing with you today in this training, and instead of just spending a few moments together and you're going to really start going, oh my gosh, this is possible, I'm totally doing this, but you only have a few moments of context, because obviously, we can't disclose everything here in a short YouTube video. Over the course of 5 days, I'm literally going to break down this 5-step framework for you, even more in depth, show you step by step exactly what you need to do. Today's training is going to be incredible, but in the 5-day challenge, I'm literally going to just pull back the curtain. We'll have plenty of time to spend together. I'll explain everything to you. All you got to do is click the link down below, grab a seat, because it's coming up right around the corner. Guys, let's jump right into it today, okay? So today I'm going to give you a 5-step formula that I call the cycle of success. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Whenever it comes to making money online, you don't want to just kind of guess. I think the biggest mistake that a lot of new entrepreneurs or, aspiring entrepreneurs, one of the biggest mistakes that they make is they're just guessing, right? Like, well, maybe I'll try this, or maybe I'll try that. And then another mistake that a lot of new or aspiring entrepreneurs make is they see all of these different opportunities like Airbnb and drop shipping and crypto and, all the different things that are out there, affiliate marketing. And they're like, well, I don't know, maybe I'll try this one or try that one. I'm telling you right now, you need a system where it can become secular, okay? What does that mean? It means if you can take this framework here and just simply plug your ideas into my framework here, you don't have to go guessing and like, oh, maybe I'll try drop shipping, maybe I'll try Airbnb. You don't need any of that, okay? You just need the cycle of success. And I call it a cycle because it is secular. And here's the cool part about having a cycle of success. All you got to do whenever you feel lost along the way, or you're like struggling in your journey, like, well, what do I do next? Just literally go to the next step in the cycle. And after you complete that step, just go to the next one, then go to the next one. And then whenever you got all of them completed, you just start the cycle over. And this is literally, guys, this is literally how my wife and I went from living in Section 8 housing, which is below the poverty line here in America, to now have generated tens of millions of dollars in our businesses just in the past few years alone. So if you're ready for some of that, let me know down in the comments, say, I'm ready, okay? Let's just jump straight in, and I'm gonna give you step #1 in the cycle of success, okay? So what's the first thing you gotta do when it comes to making money online, okay? You must get clear on who and how you serve people. Okay, what does that mean? See, here's the thing. If you are not clear on who you serve and how you serve them, your potential client is also going to be unclear on how and who you serve, and therefore they're not going to want to do business with you, right? Like if you're like, oh, I'm a juggling, pancake flipping, basketball coach who also trades crypto in the evenings, and I also teach people spiritual healing. It's like, what? Like, and I'm being goofy, right? But there's a lot of times whenever you're just starting out in your entrepreneurial journey and you're like trying to figure out all your stuff, you're like, well, I could do this and I could do that. And I'm just going to do all of it. I'm telling you this right now. If you're taking notes, write this down, okay? If you try to serve everyone, you will end up serving no one. So if you're taking notes, write this down. That's why clarity is the secret sauce. Okay? How in the world do some people just like, it seems like whatever they touch in business, it just turns to gold, bing, and it just works for them. And they're like, oh my gosh, she's crushing it. He's crushing it. How is he doing that? I guarantee you it's because there is clarity in their message on who they serve and how they serve them. Okay, so when it comes to learning to make money online, this is like the foundational piece. This is literally like the bedrock of all of it, because if you're like, well, man, I kind of do a little bit of this and I kind of do a little bit of that and I kind of do a little bit of this, nobody out there is going to want to connect with you and do business with you and get helped and served by you because you're unclear, so they're unclear, and therefore, when there's no clarity, there's no service to the people, and then in turn, obviously, there's no revenue generated for you and your business. Okay, so the first thing you got to do when it comes to learning to create wealth online, you must get clear on who and how you serve people. Now, let me give you a little bit of an unlock on this, okay? Because I know a lot of times people are like, well, I could do this and this and this, and I could go over there, and I could, I'm good at a lot of stuff. That's awesome, okay? The best thing to do, there's a lot of people out there who, a lot of times people land kind of on 1 to 2 ends of the spectrum here. And it's either number one, people believe the lie that, oh, I have nothing to give and there's no one I can help, boo-hoo. Okay, so that's a limiting belief, okay? Don't allow that to have any authority over you, because it doesn't. You have tons of different ways that you can help people. All I've ever been is a stay-at-home mom. Who would want? Tons of people would love to learn from you. All I've ever been was a basketball coach for the past 20 years. Boo-hoo. People would love to learn from you. Like, people who aspire to do the thing that you're doing, don't think that your thing is not special, because it is. Okay, just because it comes easy to you and it doesn't feel special to you doesn't mean that it's easy and unspecial to others. Okay, like, I'm telling you this right now. There are people right now who would love to learn from you on the thing that you just think is common. Okay, so stop calling your something nothing. Okay, I would just want to submit that to you. Stop calling your something nothing. All right, you do have something. So if you're on that side of the spectrum, you're like, well, no one wants to learn from me. There's nothing I could help people with, boo-hoo. Stop allowing those limiting beliefs to have authority over your God-given potential and destiny, okay? And then other people on this other side of the spectrum, when it comes to step number one, getting clear on who and how you serve people. And there's another group of people who are like, I mean, I could show them, I can teach songwriting, I could teach baking, I could teach juggling. I don't know why I keep saying juggling. I could teach this, I could teach that. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, if that's you on that side, okay, what you want to do is make sure that you don't get overwhelmed and get into analysis paralysis to where you're just spending time overthinking everything. Okay, if there are legitimate 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, whatever it is, ways that you can help somebody, it literally just comes down to this. Just pick one. Just pick one. Okay, and I will tell you this, the best way to go about that and to choose who and how you serve people is to choose the person, okay? Let me say it like this. Choose to serve the person who is currently right now where you once were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? Like, every single one of you watching this right now, you've been through something. Right? You've been through some struggles, and now you're here on the other side, and you didn't pass away, you didn't die, right? Like, you literally made it. And because you've made it through those trials, through those struggles, you now have a story. You now have wisdom. You now have experience on you can help people who are going through the same thing that you went through. Think about it. Isn't there things now that you know what you know? If you could go back and tell yourself, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, man, if there was one thing I wish I would have known going through XYZ, it would have been fill in the blank. right? The same way you wish somebody could have been there to help you, you can become that help for someone else. And they would love to learn from you, okay? So if you're on that side of the spectrum going, well, I could do a bunch of stuff. Pick one, just pick, okay? When it comes to your niche, you're not trying to find your niche, you just pick your niche, okay? And again, the best way to do that is to serve those who are currently right now where you once were 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, etc. Okay? So guys, that's the first thing you got to do when it comes to how do I build wealth online? First thing you got to do, you got to get clear on who and how you serve people. If you're ready for number 2, drop a 2 in the comments and let's come back here to the board. Okay? So now that you've got clarity on who and how you serve people, the next thing that you're going to do is you are going to come up with an obvious solution to your market's obvious problem. Again, one of the big mistakes that new or aspiring entrepreneurs make when it comes to beginning to build wealth and generate it online, like we're talking about today here, okay, is so many newbies and new entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, the mistake that they make is they're like, I have this cool idea and I'm just going to do my idea, right? Without considering, why do we need that clarity in step number 1? Because if you are not clear on who and how you serve people, you're not going to understand the problems that need to be solved for that market. Consider this, okay? All money in the entire world, all legitimate money. I'm not talking about like fraud. I'm not talking about stealing. I'm not talking about, corruption. All legitimate money that circulates around this earth, all of it is created through somebody solving a problem for someone else. Period. Think about the shoes on your feet, right? Would you like to walk around on the gravel or the freezing cold pavement in the winter or the burning hot, scalding pavement in the summer? No, like you have a problem, you need shoes, right? Whatever the thing is, right? Like your car, would you rather walk, 35 miles over to your job, or would you rather like have a vehicle? You see what I'm saying? Like, all legitimate funds that circulate this earth were created by somebody solving a problem for someone else. So why do we need to be clear? Because when you are clear on who and how you serve, now you can reverse engineer, okay, this is who I serve and this is how I'm going to serve them. I am going to come up with an obvious solution to their obvious problem. Again, let's go back to what I mentioned earlier. Whenever you're like, well, who should I pick to serve? Just pick one. And the best way to pick is to serve the people who are currently right now going through what you've already gone through. Why is that good? Because you already know the problems that they're going through. You already know the struggles that they are facing, and you already have answers and solutions to those problems. You see what I'm saying here? So when you're clear, now you can go, okay, I know who I serve. I know how I'm going to serve them. I'm going to solve XYZ problem for them. And it's going to be like a no-brainer. Ask yourself, again, let's do some reverse engineering here. Ask yourself, man, when I was going through that situation, 6 years ago, when I was going through, what was the number one thing, or what was the top 3 things, or what was like the 5 main things that helped me get from where I was to where I am now? What were those things, okay? Because if you're going through it, chances are everybody else who's in that situation, they're going through it as well, okay? So if you can now, through your experience, just be like, yo, when I was going through that, here's how I got over it. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. See what I'm saying? And now you have an obvious solution to an obvious problem in your market. It's the difference of somebody who's like, I have a cool idea. Just because you have a cool idea doesn't mean that your market wants your idea, okay? Like, it is an uphill battle to try to bring a random new idea to the market. And like, hey guys, like, does anybody want this random thing? Well, instead of trying to approach business by going, hey, who wants this random thing that I have or this random idea? And people are like, what? What is that? Now you have to educate them on what the thing is. And then you have to see, is there an actual desire for this? Instead of going through all of that nightmare and headache, just go to them like, hey, what do you guys need? Oh my gosh, if we could only have, let's say a solution to, let's say they're going through whatever, depression right now, right? And maybe you've overcome depression. They're like, gosh, if only I could just find an answer on how to deal with, nighttime depression or seasonal depression, whatever it is, right? And you could just be like, oh, you need a solution for that? Here's how I did it. Boom. And then whenever you are able to provide that obvious solution to their obvious problem, now they're like, oh my gosh, this is so helpful. Like, can I pay you for that? Like, that's how business works, guys. So you got to get clear, number one. And then number two, now that you're clear on who and how you serve, you've got to come up with an obvious solution to the market's obvious problem. If you're ready for number three, drop a 3 in the chat and let's talk about step number 3, okay? So guys, we're making headway now, and trust me, this is gonna move to the internet here because I know you're like, well, how do I make money online? Just hang with me here. Now we're about to adjust. These first couple of steps are just foundational, okay? Now that we've got some foundation laid, now we can start building upon the foundation. So number 3, okay, you're clear on who you wanna serve, who and how you serve. You've come up with an obvious solution to the market's obvious problem. Aha, I know what they're dealing with and I know how to help them. Well, step number 3 is very simple. You want to create a digital product that solves that problem. If you're new here and you're like, I don't know what a digital product is, a digital product is an educational resource, okay? Like a course, like an ebook, like a digital training manual, like a live virtual training, like a mentorship, right? Where maybe they pay you a little bit more and then now they can be mentored by you for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, whatever it is. You want to create a digital product that solves that problem, and here's why, okay? When you only provide a service, like again, let's say their problem is, they are a baseball player and maybe you've been a baseball coach, or maybe they're like a homeschool mom, a new mom who wants to step into homeschooling and they're like, where do I start, right? Instead of you selling your time to that aspiring baseball player or that aspiring homeschool mom or whatever it is, what you want to do is you want to create a digital educational resource. Maybe in this case, it's a course, okay? Here are the 5 lessons, here are the 8 lessons, here are the 10 lessons on how to get started with homeschooling your kids for the first time. Or maybe it's a virtual training manual on here are the 12 lessons everyone can go through whenever they're starting out in their baseball journey, right? And then they just download this digital training manual and they can literally go through the study guide on their own. Why do we want this to be a digital product instead of some kind of service, okay? Because number 1, with digital products, you create the product one time. Okay, how many times? Let me know in the comments. You create the product one time, okay? And then after you create the product, then you just have this digital asset. And by the way, an asset is something that you own that has the potential to earn you money over and over and over and over. Every digital product that you create actually has the potential to become an asset, okay? And so now, no longer is your time and your effort your only income producing asset. When you begin to get clear on who and how you serve people, when you come up with obvious solutions to your market's obvious problem, and then you have digital products that solve those problems for people, now it's not just your time and your effort, your only income producing assets at that point. Now you have courses and ebooks and mentorships and seminars, digital seminars over Zoom or whatever it is. You've got digital training manuals, you've got a mentorship, blah, 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 whatever it is. And now instead of you trying to sell more of your time, oh, I could totally help you get started with homeschooling. Let's get on a Zoom call Instead of doing that, because what happens what if 1,000 people want help? Are you going to get on 1,000 Zoom calls? There's no way. But what if 1,000 people want help and you're like, hey, all you got to do is just purchase my course or check out my virtual training manual, check out my seminar over Zoom that I'm hosting on Thursday. It's only 27 bucks, it's only 47 bucks, it's only 100 bucks, whatever it is, right? So that's the beauty of having a digital product that solves that problem for your market, okay? Because when you do this, now you can scale at a crazy rate. Think about it like this, okay? Let's say you've got, let's just say a course, okay? Let's say you've built a course that solves a specific problem for your specific market. And let's just do some very simple math here, okay? Let's say you use this framework and you do the next 2 steps that I'm gonna show you, and you actually start doing the cycle of success like I'm about to show you, okay? If you were just to sell one course, let's say, I mean, honestly, you can sell courses pretty easy. Let's say you were just to sell 5 courses per day at $97. And I know that might be like, what? I'm telling you, that's actually very, very, very easy to do. Okay, whenever you start doing this system and you plug in the other 2 steps I'm about to show you. Okay, so now you're making 500 bucks a day, okay? But guys, there's 30 days in the month. That's an extra $15,000 per month. But here's the kicker. That's with one digital product. What if you were to have 3 digital products? What if you were to have 5 digital products? What if you were to have 10 digital products? This is literally how my wife and I went from basically being broke as a joke and ready to choke to now being multi-millionaires, making tens of millions of dollars in our businesses. Okay, this is literally how my students who come and join me for that 5-day live training, click the link down below. I'm telling you, it will be worth it. This is literally how my students, they begin to learn this system in depth and take massive action on it. This is how they're making life-changing money. Because even with one digital product, it has all this potential to make really cool money. Well, dude, I literally have dozens and dozens and dozens of digital products. I've got students who have dozens of digital products, and every single one of their digital products, as long as they're doing this system, okay, it continues to sell for them over and over and over every single day. The possibilities are absolutely insane. Just imagine the possibilities of what could happen for you when you decide to plug into the system, when you decide to join me for that training. I'm telling you, it's life-changing, man, okay? So step number 1, get clear on who and how you want to serve. Who and how you serve people. Number 2, come up with an obvious solution to your market's obvious problem. Number 3, create a digital product that solves that problem for people. If you're ready for number 4, drop a 4 in the comments and let's keep talking about it, okay? So now we're really making some momentum here. Step number 4 in the cycle of success, okay? Now what you want to do is you want to start telling people it's very simple. Start telling people how you can help them. You know, it's so interesting to me when these new or aspiring entrepreneurs who are like, yo, I just, you know, I'm totally cool with the creative side, but man, I don't really want to put myself out there. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not saying that you have to show your face. I have plenty of students who they sell their digital products online every single day without showing their face, okay? In the training that's coming up that I keep talking about here, I literally show you how you can post content without your face. You can use your voice, you can use text, right? I show you a bunch of different ways that you can put content out there, put value out there. But here's the thing, you could literally be the best of the best of the best, whatever, chocolate chip cookie maker. And by the way, there's tons of people who would love to learn from you if that's your thing, right? But if they don't know that you exist, if they don't know that you can actually help them, okay? I literally have students, they're sourdough bread makers, and they have a ton of clients who they show how to get started with their sourdough bread journey. Like the possibilities are absolutely insane, y'all, okay? Like, don't for 1 second downplay, like I said earlier, stop calling your something nothing. Right? Well, all I do is make sourdough bread. I got students making thousands of dollars teaching people how to get started with sourdough bread. It's like, what? because they're literally using this system. But here's the thing, if you don't put your voice out there, how in the world are people going to know that you exist? You could be the best sourdough bread maker. You could be the best, whatever, sales trainer. You could be the best marketer. You could be the best homekeeper. I literally have students who are, they're moms who keep the house, and they're like, who in the world would want to learn from me? New mothers who don't know how to keep their house, who don't know how to juggle kids and lunch and school and schedules and work and home balance, et cetera, like all of this is possible, okay? So here's a punchline. If you don't put your voice out there and start serving your market with value, this is where so many people miss it when it comes to making money online. And this is why so many people don't ever end up making money online, because most new and aspiring entrepreneurs make the mistake of all they do is spam people and ask. Buy my course, buy my virtual training, buy my this, buy my... No one wants to. Why in the world would anyone want to buy your thing when all you do is ask? So instead of leading with asking, if you're taking notes, write this down. Don't lead with asking, lead with giving. Provide some value to them. Show them, like, do you know the best way that you can help somebody? By actually helping them. Like, the best way you can help somebody is by showing them that you can actually help them. Like, put some value out there to the market. Hey, if you are, a sneaker flipper, I have students who flip sneakers and they're making thousands of dollars showing people how to flip sneakers, okay? If you want to get into the sneaker flipping game, here are the 3 things that everyone needs to know when getting started flipping sneakers online. That if I was in that market, that'd be a pretty cool post. I would love to hear what they had to say, right? Here's the number one mistake I made in my spiritual journey of coming through trauma and healing. And I wish I would have known this one thing. If you're on your spiritual health journey, whatever, I'm just making all this up, right? If you want to get healed from your past trauma through biblical principles, here's the number one mistake I made, and here's how you don't have to make the same mistake that I did. If you're in that market, that would be a pretty cool post for you too. You'd be like, I wonder what she has to say. I wonder what he has to say. You see what I'm saying? If people don't understand, if people don't even know, if they don't have an awareness that you are actually able to help them, how in the world are they going to come to you for help and purchase your thing? So please stop limiting yourself going, oh man, I'm not really one to put content out there. I don't really want to use the internet. Then why are you watching this training? This training is all about making money online. And if you want to make money online, guess where you have to learn how to use? You have to learn how to use online. You have to learn how to use the internet, right? And there are very simple skills that anyone can do. Like I said, you can do all of this what I'm teaching you today with a phone and a laptop. But if you are unwilling to learn a few new and simple skills, like if you're sitting here telling yourself, oh man, I'm not techie and I don't even know how to use the internet, then you're stuck. Because if you keep telling yourself that narrative, then that narrative becomes true for you. But if you're like, you know what, I'm not the most techie person in the world, but I'm willing to learn, congratulations, this can work for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, we've got to change our inner dialogue, man. You've got to get over the fact of, I don't really want to start talking on the internet, boo-hoo. It's like, I'm telling you this, okay? You must start telling people how you can help them by actually helping them. Here are the 5 tips everyone needs to know when getting started with XYZ. Hey, are you fill in the blank, whoever that is that you serve, okay? Are you an XYZ looking for help with XYZ? Well, here's the top 3 ways that you can get started with XYZ today. You see what I'm saying? Put that value out to the market, because here's the punchline, okay? If you're taking notes, write this one down. If you chase the sale by leading with asking, then you're never going to make the sale because you are needy. You're a needer. But if you attract the sale by putting out value to the market, you will have no problem making sales because now you are a leader. See what I'm saying here? Like, people don't want to do business with needy people. People want to do business with someone they see as a leader, and the way that they're going to see you as a leader in your space is you've actually got to start leading. You actually got to start putting out value to your market, okay? So I feel like I'm just going on and on with this one, but listen, this one is so important, okay? If you actually have a way to serve people, get out there into the market and start telling them how you can help them. Actually start helping them. Put some value out there. You will be so amazed at all the people who become attracted to, like, oh my gosh, she's my gal, he's my guy. How can I do more business with you? How can I get help more? Do you have anything else? If this is your free content, I can't even imagine your paid content. Do you have a course? Do you have a mentorship? See what I'm saying here? Okay, so that's number 4. If you're ready for step number 5, drop a 5 in the comments and let's break this down. And the 5th thing you want to do when it comes to the cycle of success, when it comes to making money online, okay, you must serve your people by selling to them. Serve your people by selling to them. What does that mean? Okay, if you're taking notes, you should write this one down too. Selling is good because selling is serving. Selling is good because selling is serving. Now, here's the thing. I know each and every one of us, we've all had bad sales experiences where we're like, ugh, that was like slimy and she was just trying to take advantage of me. He was just trying to take advantage of me. Ugh, that was so weird. All they were trying to do is sell me something. Why do all of us have experiences like that? And I'm going to tell you why. Because when it's like I said just a few seconds ago, when you are needy and you are trying to get the sale, okay, what makes a bad sales experience is when you are more concerned about your benefit and your outcome in that sale than you are about your client's benefit and your client's outcome. See, here's the thing. I submit to you, all of us, though we've all had bad sales experiences, all of us have had even more, an outrageous amount more of good sales experiences. You just didn't know it because guess what? All of those good sales experiences, you thought they were your idea. Girl, check out this new purse. Oh my gosh, you got the purse. Oh my gosh. Look, yeah, say this. Oh my, like somebody sold you that purse. Bro, is that the new XYZ car? Bro, yeah, man, check it out, right? Like when you have a good sales experience, it's because the person selling you something, they position themselves not to be a needer, but to be a leader. They position themselves to be more concerned about your benefit than they are their benefit. And when you approach the place of sales from the place of service instead of selfishness, then you will have no problem selling stuff. And so that's why I'm saying here, serve your people by selling to them. It is, I will tell you this, it is a disservice for people if you have something amazing that God has put in your life and you can actually legitimately help people get transformations and get breakthroughs and get help in your specific niche, but you don't make it available to them in the form of a product or a service, in our case today, a digital product that can help them, you are doing them a disservice. Go serve your people by selling to them. Now, here's the cool part, and this is why the cycle of success, the secular approach of this cycle of success is so important, because watch this. Anytime you start getting lost in your journey, oh man, where should I go? What should I do? Where did I drop the ball last? Okay, are you clear? Well, yeah, I'm clear. I serve these people in this way. Okay, cool. What do you need to do next? Well, I need to come up with an obvious solution to my market's obvious problem. Or maybe you're like, man, I'm telling everybody that I can help them. I've got a digital product created. I don't know what to do next. Well, what you should do next is you should serve your people by selling to them. Don't lead with asking, lead with giving. And whenever you put your stuff out there and they start coming to you, hey, this is amazing. Do you have a course? Do you have a mentorship? In fact, I do. Here's the link. You should purchase it. I'd love to have you there. Serve them by selling to them. Here's the cool part about all of this, okay? Because this is a cycle, you can do this over and over and over again. Here's what I mean, okay? When you get clear in who and how you serve people, then you come up with an obvious solution to the market's obvious problem. Then you create that digital product that solves that problem. Then you start telling people how you can help them. Then you actually start making sales. You're like, well, what do I do then? Now that you're starting to make sales, you are going to get feedback from your clients. And when your clients give you feedback, guess what? You can get more clear on who and how you serve people. And then whenever you get more clear, now you can come up with new solutions to new problems. And then you can create new digital products that solves that problem for people. And then of course, you start telling people again how you can help them. You serve them again, and then you just start the cycle over and over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Listen, I am telling you this right now. If you can just do these 5 simple steps, if you're willing to learn, okay, if you know that online wealth is possible for you, but maybe you just don't know where to start, okay, what you need to do is you need to start right here with these 5 steps. Because if you can just start doing these 5 steps in order and just start really being consistent with them, everything for you and your financial situation will begin to change, okay? Now I just want to, one last time, I want to just release an opportunity for you, an invitation for you. If you would like more information, because in the upcoming 5-day live virtual training, I'm going to go even deeper on step number 1, how to do it, even deeper on step number 2, deeper on step number 3, deeper on step number 4, deeper on step number 5. And not just that, we're going to be spending 5 days together where I'm going to show you the whole entire game on how all of this works and literally show you how my students are making tens and tens of thousands of dollars every single month using this system, building digital products, quitting their 9-to-5, becoming financially free. If you'd like more information on that, click that link down below. Join me for the upcoming training. Guys, listen, if you enjoyed this training today, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell, share this with like 5, 10 people who need to see it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to continue to see more content like this from me. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the training, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.